So we are getting very close to finishing this Bloxburg town. We've built shops, houses, a farm, an IKEA, and my plot data is on the verge of blowing up, okay? I had to buy some more just so my laptop wouldn't like fry or something. But the only location in this town that we haven't built in yet is just a few upstairs to some existing shops in the town centre. So in today's video, I will be building yet another apartment, and this time it will be a more studio kind of apartment with an industrial, rustic kind of vibe. So let's get started. The most recent apartment that I built in this town is above the flower shop and the cafe, so what I have left to work with is just this space above the op shop and the bookstore, and then there's also this big area above this row of shops. And for this specific video, and probably for the last apartment I'm going to build, I'm going to work with this area over here because I think it's the best for what I'm trying to go for. It's spacious and I've already designated the staircase for it in the past, and I think it'll just work quite well for what I'm trying to go for. So if I get rid of this wall here, it opens up the space a lot more, and I can definitely fit in a kitchen, a living room, and a bathroom. And since there's an upstairs right above here, see, yeah, I can add a big loft at the top. It'll open up the space a lot more, and it'll also be really cool. But firstly, I need to start off with the actual entrance to this place because that's the most important part. So firstly, I'm just going to add a front door. I reckon I'll put it over here because it just gives me a little bit more space, and then I also need to build a balcony. On my New York styled apartment that I built, I made the fire exit balcony thing using basic shapes like this, so I'm gonna try replicate it. All I did was just place a whole bunch of basic cubes beside each other and then just added a little space in between them, but I also need to add the door up here just so I know how tall the actual exit and entrance has to be. I'm not really familiar with building studio apartments and industrial rustic kind of aesthetics. I've only done that in the cafe where it's got the brick and grey colour scheme, and also studio apartments. All of the apartments in this town are so tiny, and I haven't really built them in other plots either, so this is kind of new to me. It's a little bit lopsided a bit. It's flippin' lagging my game so much, but I'm just gonna keep it like that. If you can walk on it, then it's all good. So all I need to do is just color it and also add some railings so people don't fall off. One last thing I'm gonna do, because this is taking ages, I haven't even done the inside yet, but I'm gonna add some trash outside just to give it a little bit more realism so it's a little bit more rundown. Finally, for the layout of this thing, I think what I'm going to do is just make the main area the kitchen and dining and living room. So back here can be the loft above the kitchen, and then on the other side over here can be the living room and the dining room. Really what I'm looking for is just a little bit more clarity on what actual items to add and the whole layout of the loft and stuff. So oh yes, this picture right here is perfect for what I'm going for. It has the loft up there and also the living space downstairs, kind of similar to this one as well. That's actually perfect for what I'm going for, so I think I'll try to replicate something along the lines of all these pictures. I don't want the loft to be too big because I want it to be visible from downstairs, and the same with the fence, so I think this size is what I'm going to work with. All of these windows in this whole apartment do not match at all because it's a mixture of 3 different buildings plus these windows that I'm putting, and we need light. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it. And see, look, there's a beautiful view of the lake. See, if you look, it doesn't look that bad. Like, you won't see the front on the other side, so I think it looks good. All of the light boxes are covered up, so now I'm going to start firstly with the living room, and what I want to do is have a massive TV with a lot of bookshelves and things, which I saw on one of the reference photos. So I might use one of these big shelves, but I don't know how like industrial it is. What I noticed on a lot of the references is there was a big fat long couch somewhere in there, and a lot of them were either black or like a brown leather texture. So I'm gonna find a long couch, maybe like this one. I'm gonna try this hack that I saw ages ago where you get a basic shape and a frame and then you transform it to be in the ground so it looks like a rug. And because on Pinterest, on lots of the reference pictures, I saw these cool vintage brown rugs with cool patterns like in every single living room or anything, I'm gonna try replicate that because it gives off the industrial vibe that I'm trying to go for. I also need to remember to add lots of plants in this thing because on the other apartment I made, like it took until near the end of the video that I remembered that I needed to add plants above the flower shop. Like I don't know how I managed to forget to do that because it was a botanist's house, but in this apartment I want to add a lot of them because it'll look really good with the brick walls and everything. I'm not super good with doing my pillow placement, so I'm kind of just winging it here, and I really do this year, I want to get out of my comfort zone and use some different pillows because I always use these same square ones and I never use the circular ones and things, but just for this video I'm gonna stick with the boring square ones because I don't think the other ones will really fit the vibe that I'm trying to go for. I think the living room is finished. I've added all the details I like, and now I need to start doing the kitchen. I'll probably tweak a few things later on in the living room, but I need to get a move on the kitchen. One thing I need to quickly do before I start building the kitchen is add some pillars here, and I also need to get a way to get up to the second floor. So I'm gonna make my own custom step ladder. I've made one in the past without the transform tool, so hopefully I'll be able to make a decent looking one with the transform tool. I really hope that Bloxburg adds some diagonally slanted ladders in the future because that would make it so much easier, and it would also look so good in game, and it'll be really cool to add them in like, you know, libraries and things for more detail, and even in just your normal house like to an attic or something, because yeah, this is gonna take a little while. Now for the kitchen, what I'm planning on doing is adding an island in the center here because if you look on this picture, it has a similar design with a bar right underneath the loft, and then I guess I can just squeeze in all of the counters and the appliances on the other wall because I think we have a decent amount of space to do that. I quite like this design where it's got the hanging lights and the stools and also the industrial ducks and things at the top, and this one's also really good because it's pretty similar to what I've actually built in game, so I might use this one as a reference. Does your guys' school do athletics day? And if you do you guys have like any records for any of the activities? Because in my school we had this one guy who did high jump and it was 1.8 meters, and that's insane. And that's like, I don't know how much that is in feet, like in American metrics, maybe around 6 feet or something, but that's insane how someone can jump that high. And then this other girl, like for the shopper, it was like 22 meters that she chucked it. Like how? I don't know how these people do that. Like really the only thing I can do is sprints because I'm kind of short and small and I can't really throw things too far, but it's actually insane how far and like strong people are, even in like who go to school and stuff. I saw these ducks in a picture, so I'm going to add them across here. Over here I want to add a cabinet that has lots of cooking books and spices and things, so I think this cabinet will fit well. I like how it's looking. I think on this wall here I might put the shelf there and then I can add all of these spices and things, and I also do want to add a little cabinet thing with cups and bowls. Oh no. Oh my days. I just realized I completely forgot to build the bathroom. Oh no. Wait, I have no idea where to add it because everything fits in so perfectly. Like, I can't fit it up in the loft. And I've used all this space up. Okay, it's fine. I think I'll try squeezing a door behind the TV here so it can access the other room that's above the McDonald's. Oh no, I actually can't believe I forgot to add the bathroom. That's actually insane. I'm gonna look at that later, and I'm gonna continue with the kitchen for now. So I just need to add a sink here, and then I need to add all of the other details like the coffee machines and things like that. Since I have like the whole McDonald's upstairs to build the bathroom, because I'm thinking of who's actually gonna live here, and it's still quite a small apartment considering for like if it was gonna be for 2 people, so it might just be a 1-person apartment maybe. And so I don't think the bathroom has to be too big, and at the same time I don't want to make it massive anyway because it'll just kind of be out of place. The kitchen is pretty much complete now, and I'm gonna add a little bit over here for a little dining area. I probably won't add a whole table, but maybe just a chair and things, and then I'm going to start doing the bedroom. On Pinterest, it looks pretty simple and straightforward if I search up bedrooms for the industrial loft. It's basically just a whole bunch of paintings and a bed, so I think I can kind of freestyle it a bit for this. It's only going to be a single bed because if I add a double one, it'll take up most of the room that's up here, I can't English, and I want to include like a wardrobe and a desk and things, so I'll keep it small. And on one of the pictures, it had a whole bunch of paintings on the wall, and it had like a mixture of posters and frames and things, so I'm gonna do that. See if I show you, not this picture, maybe if I go back, yes, this one here, there's a whole bunch on that big wall, and I want you to be able to see it from downstairs as well, so I'm just gonna go crazy with all of these paintings. Oh, and I just had an idea of what I could add in this corner is to add a little record player area where you have all of the vinyl set up, because I think that would be a really cute little addition, and it also adds to the industrial like vintage kind of vibe. So I'm thinking of adding posters on these transparent cubes and then changing them into a vinyl cover, and I can add a whole stack of them on this little stand. I like how it's looking, and I guess later I'll just change the decals to the vinyls. I don't really know what details to add on the desk, but I think overall the bedroom is done, so I need to very quickly do the bathroom because this is taking so long. The wall isn't working, so I'm just making my own with this cube, but I've decided to go for a long bathroom because I don't want it to be really massive because there's not really much you can really add in a bathroom and I'll have too much space, so I think this size is good for all the essentials. This is probably like the first apartment in this whole place that has a decent bathroom because all of the apartments are so tiny in this town. But this bathroom actually has a bath and a shower, so that is a big achievement for me.
Oh my god! Wow!
Now that the bathroom is finished, the final touch I want to add to this apartment is I'm going to use these industrial beams from the structurals, and I'm going to place them all across the ceiling because I saw it in one of the reference pictures and I thought it looked really good, and it also helps with the industrial vibe that we're trying to go for. So I'll just put a whole bunch of these on all of the ceilings, and I'll also use the transform tool just so I can rotate it so you can actually see this side of the beam. So yeah, I think the beams look really good. Now all I need to do is just add lights and color everything and change all of the paintings. So I'm gonna do that off camera and I'll see you guys when I reveal. Okay guys, after a very long time, I'm finally finished my industrial studio apartment, and it is located right over here. As you can see, I added some graffiti and stuff underneath the stairs just to give it a more realistic feel. And if we come right up the stairs over here, we can enter our apartment. So as we walk in, we are greeted with a big window there and also the living room. As you can see, I went for lots of dark colors with lots of browns and blacks, but also a tint of red because I thought it just fit really well, and it took so long to find the paintings. I had to like scroll through so many random stuff, and I also used Pinterest for codes, so I think it turned out pretty good. Over on the side is our little vinyl area. We got some amazing albums right there. Got some Bieber, got some ABBA, Olivia Rodrigo, and over here under the loft is the kitchen, and I went for a modern feel for this, and I also used my own custom backslash, and I went for dark colors, but I really like how the space turned out. Okay, this bathroom is very chopped and bad, and the lighting is awful because of the light boxes next door, but overall it has all you need, and you know, it kind of works for a bathroom. And finally we have the loft, which is right above the kitchen, and I really like how this area turned out. As you can see, I added heaps of custom paintings and things. We got a cool wardrobe, a desk, we got a little air conditioning vent thing up there, and then we just got a single bed because I wasn't really sure if I would add like a double bed because it wouldn't fit very well. But I really like all of the details I added. I went for like, again, a red and black color theme up here, and we also got an electric car, which is cool, and just some random items. And overall I really like how this loft turned out. So this is my industrial studio apartment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build, and make sure to stay tuned because we're getting probably 1 or 2 episodes away from the grand tour. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe so you can see the rest of the town, and I'll see you guys next time.